Welcome everybody, and thank you so much for coming. And we're just going to start as we do, just with this wonderful opportunity of connecting with our I Am Presence, the great ascended masters, and just sending love and gratitude to our beloved Earth and all life on her. Let's take some slow, deep breaths to get into that peaceful, receptive state. So we breathe in slowly and deeply. We hold our breath, we breathe out, and then we hold our breath. Let's do that for a few more breaths. Now let's listen for our heartbeat. Our heartbeat, which is a pulse of light coming down through the silver cord from our mighty I Am Presence, anchoring in our heart, giving us life. Let's just see and feel and bless that heartbeat. That heartbeat that anchors into that beautiful threefold flame, which is the anchorage of our mighty I Am Presence within our physical bodies. Let's just connect with that beautiful flame as we sit in that expanded golden flame in the center, golden yellow flame of wisdom and illumination, perception and discrimination. We see our bodies in this beautiful, dazzling golden flame. To the right, we can see the pink flame, that glorious, dazzling pink flame of pure divine love. And then we see to the left of us that beautiful, expanded flame, that sapphire blue, bringing into us the feeling of the will, the power, the faith, and the protection from our mighty I Am Presence. See and feel and bless this glorious light. Let's take our awareness now up through the top of our head, through the silver cord, to our mighty beloved I Am Presence. Let's see this glorious, all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving presence smiling down on us. Our wonderful presence of God, I Am. And now we see in the center of our chest a beautiful golden sun forming, dazzling and brilliant like the noonday sun. The beautiful focus of light from our I Am Presence. Open our hearts and send love and gratitude to our mighty I Am Presence for beating our heart and giving us life. And now we see those rays from our beautiful sun in the center of our chest, dazzling and brilliant, billions and billions of rays, going forth and connecting up with each and every miniature sun in all the cells of our bodies, our 4 earthly bodies, all those little inner workers receiving this expanded light. Let's feel the joy, the happiness, and the gratitude of each and every little inner worker of our 4 earthly bodies. Sense and see and feel that wonderful light saturating our earthly bodies. And now let's just fill our feelings with a feeling of love and gratitude. And let's call to the beloved Ascended Masters, beloved Ascended Master David Lloyd, the great God of gratitude, to fill us, each one and all mankind, with this feeling that light substance from the Ascended Master realm of gratitude and love. We see our beautiful suns turning a deep shade of pink with a golden radiance. Gratitude and love for all our many, many blessings. Gratitude and love to the great Ascended Hosts for these marvelous teachings. Gratitude and love for all our loved ones and our friends. Gratitude and love for our homes and our supply. Gratitude and love for all the many, many blessings that we receive daily on our earthly journeys. Gratitude to the great and beloved elemental kingdom, animate and so-called inanimate, the beauty and bounty of nature. God bless, love and thank them, each and every precious one. Gratitude to the beloved angels, and gratitude to all life on our beloved earth. And now we see these rays in this wonderful expanded state, forming a lattice of light, dazzling and brilliant. We see our entire earth folded in this glorious pink and golden light, saturating every part of life on our beloved earth, especially those parts of life that are never loved or thanked, with this wonderful gift, our opportunity of sending love, light, and gratitude to all life. And we just give deep, deep thanks for this. Oh, it's nice to send love and gratitude to our beloved earth and all life on her. And so now, Sabine, would you like to read the opening invocation? Do you have a mic there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thanks, Sabine.
Yeah, thank you. Beloved presence of God, I am. It is thy life and intelligence that enables me to read and comprehend and absorb that which is required of me. For life, I am so grateful. Beloved Master Kutumi, I ask for your feeling and your capacity to use this instruction for God's glory and mankind's comfort. We thank you. And now, great I am presence, take me within thyself, there instruct me and cause me to retain the full memory of these inner instructions. Thank you, beloved Saint Germain.
Lovely. Bless you, Sabine. All right. So this week we're continuing on with chapter 8, God's omnipresent power, and his beloved Saint Germain sharing some wonderful words of wisdom with beloved Guy Ballard, as we know, Godfrey Ray King. And then we're going to have golden keys to peace, happiness, and freedom. We have listened to this a while back, but I think not for a long time. And it's just Saint Germain. It's from the Magic Presence, and it's read by Gerald Craig, and just some priceless words there. And then beloved Terry is going to read, and I thought this was a really interesting thing that just sort of came when I was looking for things. And both directors and receivers are needed for the perfect activity of the light rays. And just the way beloved Morya expresses it, you know how marvelous he is with his words. So that's from Journal Book 3, From Bridge to Freedom, just lovely. And then I'm going to read Friendship with the Gods, beloved Godfrey Ray King. It just sort of fitted in with everything so nicely, sort of tying in with last week as well, with some marvelous and important information for us. And beloved Antoinette will then take us through our decrees. It's a wonderful opportunity at the end of this session just to send that light out, so greatly needed at this time. So we're going to start now with Gerald Craig reading from Unveiled Mysteries.
I asked him what the Ascended Master's attitude is in regard to the many channels through whom partial truth is given forth, and he replied, "There are many sincere channels. Some have more understanding than others. All are God's children, serving to the best of their ability with the understanding they have at present. We may not judge anyone, but we must know and see only God expressing in all. Our endeavor is to bless all activity wherever it is. We see the inner light radiating through such activities, and this makes it impossible for us to be mistaken as to whether they are or are not giving forth truth. It is the same with individuals. Those who offer their service in the name of the ascended Jesus Christ will always receive more than ordinary sustaining power." We had walked some distance when he said, "Come, I will accompany you home. Place your arm about my shoulder." I did so, and felt my body lifted from the ground. In a few moments more I was in my room at the lodge with Saint Germain standing beside me, smiling at my surprise. "Meet me in 7 days," he said, "at our appointed place, for then we will finish our work in this part of the country." He smiled, bowed graciously, and slowly faded from sight. The last thing that remained visible as he gradually disappeared were his marvelous, beautiful eyes smiling back at me. As I meditated each day upon the great God presence within for my coming service, I realized more and more how important it is to keep the attention focused upon that presence only, no matter what appearances seem to indicate, in order to keep any outer condition from affecting me. In one of Saint Germain's conversations, he had stressed particularly the all-importance of keeping my outer self harmonious, and in regard to this had said, "My son, you cannot realize how very great is the necessity for harmony in the outer self, if the fullness of the inner perfection and power is to be expressed in your outer life. The importance of keeping a feeling of peace, love, and serenity in the personal self cannot be emphasized too strongly, for when this is done, the mighty God presence within can act without limit in an instant. The continual outpouring of a feeling of peace and divine love to every person and everything unconditionally, no matter whether you think it be deserved or not, is the magic key that unlocks the door and releases instantly this tremendous inner God power. Fortunate indeed is he who has learned this law, for he then seeks to be all peace and love. Without it, humanity has nothing good, and with it they have all things perfect. Harmony is the keynote, the one great law of life. Upon it rests all perfect manifestation, and without it all form disintegrates and returns into the great sea of universal light. The following 7 days I spent much time in meditation. I felt a greater and greater peace growing within me, until by the 6th day it seemed as if my entire consciousness were like a great calm sea.
Marvelous. There we have it reiterated again, the great importance of the law of harmony. And we know, unless we're tested, we don't know if we're master of these things. So I know we get tested all the time. All right, so now we're going to listen to these wonderful words from beloved Saint Germain, read by Gerald Craig.
Curiosity on the part of a student is inexcusable in spiritual training, and must be completely eliminated from the consciousness before certain understanding, power, and experiences are permitted to be given him along the path to mastery. Unless it is completely consumed within the personality, it is a wide open door through which the sinister force can act at any moment and cut off the further progress of the advancing student. Whenever it was necessary, all that we needed to know was explained, without our asking. There is here much of vital importance ready to be brought forth for the use of humanity when it is the part of wisdom in the judgment of the ascended masters to give it out. Again, there will be another great cataclysm that will rend the surface of the earth, removing from further self-created destruction those human beings who have the ignorance and presumption to say there is no God. Those who are so bound by their self-created darkness that they destroy the very symbols on earth of what is good, true, uplifting, and enlightening, must, because of the very darkness of their own minds, be prevented from creating any further discord upon this planet, and from influencing others by their own mistaken concepts of life. Whatever and whoever denies God, the source of all life and light, can only exist as long as the energy which they have already received can sustain them, because the moment an individual, group, or nation denies the very source of life, that instant the inflowing stream of life energy is cut off, and it can only continue to function until the force which has already been accumulated becomes exhausted. The collapse and self-annihilation of these is inevitable. Denial of life and light cuts off the sustaining energy, while acknowledgement of life and light releases it and lets it flow through the body and mind that makes the acknowledgement. The great law governing all form, or the law of cause and effect, tolerates man's iniquity to man only so long when that iniquity is directed to the Godhead or source of life. Retribution is swift and certain. There is an automatic purifying and balancing process within all life, and when any outer activity opposes itself to the cosmic law of forward motion and ever-expanding perfection, which is always pressing from within outward, then the hour arrives when all opposition is swept aside and annihilated by the onward moving impulse within life itself. When those ruling a nation turn from God, destroying all that calls attention to the light of Christ, it means the end of that government and group is close at hand, because it causes a certain cosmic activity to be released upon the planet which sweeps them out of existence. The human intellect acquires many peculiar kinks in its thinking, and one of the most disastrous of these is the activity of human consciousness that refuses or forgets to love and thank life, the mighty I Am Presence, for the blessings life is constantly bestowing upon mankind and this earth. The average human being lives life after life without once loving or thanking his own mighty I Am Presence for the energy which flows ceaselessly through his mind and body, for the substance he uses in his body and world, or for the hundreds of good things by which he is constantly surrounded, which he uses and enjoys, and yet gives nothing of himself in return. Many people carry a feeling of personal grudge against life, blaming it for their suffering and failures, when even a very small amount of gratitude and love poured out to the I Am Presence within each human heart would transmute every discord into peace and love, releasing the perfection of life into the outer activity of the individual. Human beings find plenty of time to love dogs and cats, food, clothes, money, diamonds, people, and 1,001 things. But it is very rarely that an individual takes even 5 minutes out of a lifetime to love his own divinity. Yet he is using every second its life and energy by which to enjoy those things. Even those who think they love God give almost no acknowledgement to the mighty I Am Presence within themselves, and no gratitude goes up to it for the good things that come to them in life. It is not that we should not pour out love to things in the outer activity, But we should certainly love the divinity within first and more than any outer thing or personality. It is this very life and consciousness by which we exist. Happiness cannot exist except when love is pouring out. This is life's law. When people are loving something or somebody, they are happy. Even a miser is happy when he is loving his gold, because he is pouring out a feeling of love to the thing he tries to hold. What he is really trying to hold is happiness. But he does not realize that the feeling of happiness is not contained in the gold, but is in the pouring out of love from himself. In that outpouring, he lets life flow uninterruptedly and harmoniously. However, having received all good we ever used from the mighty I Am Presence, which builds each physical body, the first and greatest outpouring of our love belongs always to our own individualized flame of God, the mighty consciousness of life within us, which enables us to acknowledge our own existence and source of all life when we say, I am. In those words is all of God, and nothing in human experience is really important, but all of God. When the individual accepts, acknowledges, and feels all of God, he is happy. He has all good, and then he lives in the Father's mansion. Is it possible for anything to be more important or greater than all of God? Only with the understanding and feeling of this can mankind break the chains of self-created limitations.
Oh, marvelous words from Saint Germain there. All right, so now beloved Terry is going to read from us. Let me just get the share up. Share here. Thank you, beloved Terry.
Thank you. Greetings, everyone. Directors and receivers, both essential. From beloved Morya. Now, dear hearts, in order to have a perfect activity of the light rays, you must have both directors and receivers. This is the way we work in the Ascended Master realm. We have the Master who is directing the energy, and the ray goes forth from him to another Master who is working with him. He receives it at the point where the service is to be rendered. We do most of our communication, of course, in this manner through the light rays, without worded speech at all. Through radiation and picture, the communication is directed and the service is given. I think perhaps you may not completely comprehend just how much is involved in the preparation of one of our classes. First, we have cosmic currents which we must watch in order to be able to take advantage of a specific blessing for the earth at a given moment. Then we have the instruction from the world teacher, which must be imparted to you. We also have the students in the class whose strengths as well as weaknesses we must also watch. And we have the activities taking place at current retreats with which we want to acquaint you. Then we must consider, too, the question of climate, especially at this time of year when it seems uncomfortably warm here to you. Concerning this, I would like to speak to you a moment about your atmosphere here. I might say that if you had taken up my intended invitation to visit Darjeeling as the setting for this conference, we would have started at Ceylon and walked up through India. You would have found it there a good deal warmer than you do here in Philadelphia. You would have had to provide your own atmosphere, blessed hearts. It is very hot in the south of India. When you get up around Darjeeling, of course it is very beautiful. But we were going to start at Ceylon and let you see some of the lovely places that belong to history now, places where the Buddha walked and talked, where he gave his first message to the public, and where he finally ascended. I took it upon myself, among all my other duties, to consult with our new Lord Buddha, formerly Lord Maitreya, our Lord Mahachohan, the Archangel Michael, and Lanto, concerning the possibilities of drawing here into this room certain cool air currents from the mountain ranges of the world. Having obtained their acquiescence, I went to the mountain ranges of the various continents and contacted the hierarchs of the retreats which are there. I spoke to our blessed Himalaya and asked him if he could have a group of brothers direct cool currents of mountain air down here into this classroom in Philadelphia from the Himalayas. He said, "Yes, if you have receivers." I said, "I shall have receivers." Then I spoke thus to the god of the Swiss Alps, and he said, "Methinks I shall provide a 24-hour cooling system there, if you have receivers." I again replied, "Certainly, we have receivers." Then I spoke to Lord Michael in the Canadian Rockies, and he said, "Oh yes, we shall send our radiation from the Canadian Rockies. You have receivers." I promised, "Oh yes, we have the most wonderful receivers." Then I went to Lanto and spoke with him at the Royal Teton. You can imagine the service he has to render. The karmic board is coming in this morning. All the hierarchs are coming in from all over the world. All their scrolls are on their doors. All the brothers and sisters have wonderful ideas to present to the board. Have you any concept of the energy, wisdom, and courtesy it requires to take care of all of these activities, to get those presentations in order, and as well to guard those energies as well as that of those around the Teton who are not yet qualified to enter the light, but who do feel it? I said to him, "I know you are very busy and the karmic board is coming today, but could you spare a few brothers to send some Teton air to Philadelphia?" He said, "Yes, if you have receivers." I spoke to God Meru, and I asked his assistance from the heart of the Andes, and of course, he also acquiesced with the same statement. From the African mountains, we asked assistance also. From the Australian continent, we have asked the Master, whom you know as David Lloyd, God of gratitude and divine sponsor for Australia, and the Brotherhood there to send us here a ray of gratitude from Africa. We have also invoked the ray of healing, which is focused in one of the etheric cities over Africa. At the moment, there are many rays converging here from all these various places. Will each of you please accept the responsibility during this class of being a receiver for at least one of these rays each day, so that I can show these great beings that my words are truth? Thank you, beloved ones. God bless you. Complete surrender to the Great White Brotherhood. I have been asked today to keep my talk light. You know I am great on presenting the law, and sometimes it seems as though I must be almost forcibly restrained in order to keep the instruction light. You see, if we get into too deep an action of the law, the students get so tense and over-conscientious, likely to feel that they are either personal failures or that they are not doing what they should. For that reason, the Mahachohan asked me today to keep the instruction light. You know, when you join the Great White Brotherhood, your name, your feelings, your mind, everything goes to that brotherhood. Then we work under our new Lord of the world, the beloved the beloved Gautama, the former Buddha, and whatever he says, that is done. Suppose Saint Germain wants something done. Well, that is done. We endeavor to assist whatever Master Presence is rendering the service, and which the greater wisdom of those farther above us on the ladder of light know is for the greatest good for all. When mankind, and the students too, come to have that same respect and courtesy for each and to each other, how happy I shall be. I think I shall be the happiest master in heaven when you have finished your experiments with what you call personal freedom and are willing then to know what freedom really is. Chelas are not too unlike horses while they are in training. I do not mean in consciousness, of course. You know the unbroken horse rears, plunges, and loves what he calls freedom. He runs through the fields, the wind flowing through his mane, and he is a magnificent creature. I have seen many such specimens. However, much more efficacy is that same horse when he has been broken to bit and bridle, when he has become a valuable servant, carrying perhaps a potentate in dignity, still with his magnificent prancing step, still with flowing mane and the beauty of his nature, but doing something constructive instead of just running wildly over the fields. The same thing applies to individuals. They are desirous, many of them, of what they call freedom. They love the clover patches. They love the high places. But if they are going to be part of the spiritual hierarchy, sooner or later, they are going to have to submit, not to me, but to the infinite power of the cosmic law, which requires controlled emotions, controlled minds, controlled etheric vehicles, and controlled flesh. That is just common sense.
Marvelous. Thank you so much. Oh, just so beautifully put by beloved Omar. And I just love the way he went to all those beloved ones and asked for the cool air. Because I remember reading that it would get very, very hot in Philadelphia, and they were all the Philadelphia group there doing their decrees, sometimes 12 of them in that room, and it was apparently very, very hot. I know you've had cold weather where you are, but I've had very hot weather here, so it's all been very interesting. All right, so now we're going to, before we have the magical moments with our animal friends, I know we're going to get the gems, and we're going to say that decree for our brothers and sisters that have passed into the psychic and astral realms. So, whoops, here we go. So this is just interesting. So this was actually from the goddess of liberty, and I took it from Law of Life and Teachings by Divine Beings, but it was obviously when they were actually at the Teton retreat, and just some of the lovely things. And she mentions Lord Lanto, and I just love that because we know how he served for so long, just a wonderful, wonderful ascended master. And just the story of beloved Morya bringing these little beings was just so beautiful. Anyway, I think you're going to like this, I hope. So this is what she said. Give beloved Lord Lanto recognition for remaining with the earth to help mankind to learn reverence for all life. He was offered his freedom to go to a higher star and serve. He has served in the Orient many centuries before his ascension, and since as hierarch of the Teton retreat for a long time. And we know that beloved Confucius took over, and then beloved Dwakul took over from there. So, God bless him. But we know Lord Lanto is still with us. And so then she goes on, the bands of color, there is more than one, around the earth are now 8. And this is very helpful to Lord Gautama, as well as to Sanat Kumara. So that was, this was, I think, in 1937, as far as I remember, but 1938, remember last week we were told that this was increased to 9, not just 8. And we were told by the great cosmic being Cosmos that it means a victory of the light for this earth. So that was, she was also mentioning that. And then this is from, then she's telling us about Morya. She says, beloved Morya brought 10 little men and 10 little women, twin pairs from the beautiful planet Excelsior. They are wearing little crystalline garments, and they are extremely beautiful. They do not take up much space. Master Morya held them all on a scarf before us. They are somewhat like the elementals, except they are going to become man and gods one day. It is strange that they are so small in stature. They showed in a beautiful dance the activity of the creative principle through the flame in the heart, the throat, and the head. Each pair created between them a tiny crystal ball of light, and with a 3-4 flame within it. They wield the power of precipitation. So isn't that just lovely? I remember reading that before. It's just such a beautiful thought. And that beautiful planet Excelsior, which they do mention in the bridge books. So now we're going to have this opportunity to say the decree for our beloved brothers and sisters that have left their bodies. So we say together, beloved presence of God, I am in me, and beloved immortal threefold flame of eternal truth within my heart, and beloved Saint Germain. While my body sleeps this night, let all the constructive energy of my entire life stream, including that in my causal body, be used to render whatever service is needed in the violet flame temples established in the psychic and astral realms, to draw the full gathered cosmic momentum of the violet purifying flame of divine love and compassion through every discarnate life stream there. Let all the souls who dwell in those realms be drawn into those purifying temples of mercy and compassion, and there have the accumulated, destructively qualified energies of their life streams purified and transmuted. So when they are summoned for re-embodiment by the Lords of Karma, they bring into incarnation only a heritage of perfection and carry in their life streams no miscreations that would add to their own or the world's distress. We accept this done now with full cosmic power, and so be it, beloved I am, and we thank you. Oh, lovely. I hope I've got a little note saying that my internet was a little bit unstable, but I hope it's good. All right, so this is just the sweetest story of these little cats that were actually rescued. And this lovely man, you can see such a gentle soul. He's actually an artist, and how the kitties absolutely love them. Anyway, it just made me smile. I think you'll enjoy it too.
They would be on my chest, on my shoulder, under my neck, all the time. They really didn't want to leave me alone. My mothering instincts kicked in.
Che vanno tutti e due, madonna, che bravi.
They were, to a fault, very, very attached.
Because they love me.
I work as an artist and also paint on location very often. I would take them to new parts of the town, do a painting. They would sort of run around in their little area but not go very far. And I would paint. People always asked, aren't you afraid they're going to run away? They never went more than 2 meters or so away from me, and then usually ended up on my lap while I was painting.
They were like my sidekicks or something.
We did 1 or 2 short scooter rides. They were also pretty fine with this.
When I rescued them.
The mom had moved locations. 2 of them were left behind. I brought them home, warmed them up. I stayed on the sofa with them for basically 2 weeks straight.
You want to eat me for dinner?
Your heart just melts, cat lover or not. Got some energy and turned into rambunctious little kittens in the next days. The next evolution was to get them out, take them to new spots, get them familiar with the town. I ended up putting them on my shoulders, walking through town. Quickly gained a reputation for the crazy one having the kittens on my shoulder. Talking to both of them because I talk to them pretty often. I might rather play with them than paint.
I too. I too.
They make it really fun to get out. I might be projecting onto them a little bit, but I can imagine that they're definitely happier, having warmer weather, having beautiful views.
It's just so sweet. What a lovely man, really. Wasn't just such a lovely sweetheart. Anyway, so now we're going to say our decree for the animal friends. We say together, beloved I am presence of all mankind, charge your mighty light of mercy and compassion to flow through us all, bringing comfort to the animal kingdom. May each human being remember and accept their responsibility as guardians and protectors of this planet's pure and innocent life until all is set free and their divine plans fulfilled. We so decree it, and so be it. In God's most holy name, I am. We accept it done, and we thank you. Thank you for our opportunity to call for the help for the beloved animal kingdom. Right, so now I'm going to read from beloved Godfrey Ray King. I'm going to swap here. And so we know that his quality is obedience to God's will. Beloved Godfrey Ray King, God bless him. What a marvelous job he did bringing that information from the I Am activity for us. So he says, precious ones, what a privilege it is for me to bring you a very important message. Why was I chosen to speak? Well, you will remember that I was known as the father of this country, this means America, in my embodiment as George Washington. In this bicentennial year, much is going to take place of great spiritual interest and importance. So listen carefully to what I have to say. Now, much has been said about the bicentennial, and it does give us a tremendous opportunity, and particularly this year, 1976, as the Olympic Games are to be held in Canada, and will provide beloved Mecca, the great cosmic angel of unity, a great opportunity to unify all the nations which are represented. And we know that's beloved Jesus. At the conclusion of the games, he will place a torch of light within each contestant to take to their native lands, and they will be charged with Mecca's love of unifying all life into the Christ way of living. Isn't that just absolutely beautiful? Then he says, beloved ones, you know too that the Liberty Bell has come into prominence this year, but I have something I think you will consider a glorious moment. On the 4th of July, in this year of 1976, at 12 o'clock noon, our beloved Saint Germain and the mighty goddess of freedom will ring a bell of spiritual freedom for all life. This will take place over the Capitol in Washington, D.C., and will be truly the announcement of freedom for this planet. And where should it begin but in this beautiful land? When the next president of the United States takes office, at the time of his inauguration, beloved Morya will send a ray of light and God's will through his body, signifying that divine government is being inaugurated. And I think at that time it was President Carter, and I know just before Reagan. Anyway, he says, I say to you, precious beloved hearts of light, pray for the protection of this man, protection from the outer forces, from his immediate associates, and from the yet remaining untransmuted karma in his own life stream. But I say with all the fire of my being, this shall be one nation under God. So, lovely ones, I think I have given you sufficient to digest, but I do know that we can count upon our blessed Chelas to ring the bell of freedom. Ring the bell of freedom with the joyful, harmonious radiation of your beings. And remember that it was at the Tetons that man first came to earth. And from the Tetons this night goes forth the statement that this land and entire planet, with the assistance of the Chelas, through the cooperation with the spiritual hierarchy, will be the land of the free, a planet of freedom under God. Oh, just so lovely. And we know it is going to happen now. I do believe it's very, very close, and we are truly going to have divine leadership, and things are moving swiftly. And now we're going to sing this beautiful song, and thanks to beloved, oh gosh, the names have slipped me, but anyway, to the one in Portland, and you're going to have to pronounce it so well. Anyway, we're going to... Thank you. course it's got. It's just a lovely one. We sang it the other day, and my heart just opened, just so beautiful, just thanking our beloved Archangel Michael. And we know he so greatly deserves it. Yeah, God bless his holy name forever, just working ceaselessly for us. And we know that he had to up his time for us in our earth time, where he used to serve 20 hours every 24 hours. He now serves 22 because he offered to help our families 4 generations back. Bless him forever. Anyway, so let's just open our hearts and just sing to our beloved Archangel Michael, sending him so much love and gratitude. Just so lovely, and bless all his beloved angels too. Marvelous, marvelous. Thank you so much, beloved Ant. Thanks for coming to the rescue there, too.
Thank you, Anthea. And thank you for that wonderful song, beloved Archangel Michael. Let us too now, just like his angels, be filled with glad, one-pointed service as we make these calls now for the purification of our beloved earth. We give our attention now to our mighty beloved I Am Presence as we say together, Mighty I Am Presence, great host of ascended masters, archangels and Elohim, cosmic beings and great cosmic light, come forth now in all your cosmic power. Withdraw and withhold all power from destructive forces and individuals with destructive intent throughout the world, right now and forever, whether it is conscious or unconscious. Expose, seize, bind, and render helpless all these sinister forces and their activities until the light has removed them completely, and illumine the source, so this may never act again. Replace all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. our decree for protection. Beloved mighty I am presence, beloved Archangel Michael, and beloved Commander Conrad, continually intensify your protective pillar of pure light substance, and Archangel Michael's armor of light through and around me, charge with your invincible protection, all powerful and impenetrable. I am invisible. I am invincible. I am invulnerable to anything but thy almighty perfection. I am grateful that we are given whatever added protection is needed. And what we ask for ourselves, we ask for our loved ones, and that which is constructive in all mankind and the world. Thank you. We just take a moment and visualize that mighty pillar of light, that protective, impenetrable pillar of light surrounding each and every one of us, around our group, our loved ones, our friends and families, and all those across the face of the earth, standing up in the name of truth, justice, and freedom for all life on this sweet earth. God bless, direct, and protect each and every one. We thank you. Our decree for divine justice. I am the most intensified cosmic action of the flame of divine justice blazing throughout the world, right now and forever. I am the law. I am the justice. I am the judge. I am the jury. Knowing that I am all-powerful, then I know that only divine justice can be done everywhere, here and now. Beloved Lady Portia, ensure divine justice prevails throughout the world, right now and forever. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. Beloved cosmic I am presence and great goddess of liberty, direct the cosmic light of liberty as of 1,000 suns into the cause and core of anything attempting to delay the divine plan of the Great White Brotherhood for the earth's eternal freedom and release from all tyranny, here and now. So be it, beloved I am, we thank you. In the name of my mighty I am presence, great cosmic beings and great cosmic light, I decree, I am the presence, charging the minds and feelings of everybody in America and the world with Saint Germain's ascended master consciousness and perfection, right now and forever. I am the presence, blessing, illumining, perfecting, and setting all free in service to the light. Now we join together and make this call to the mighty violet fire, this mighty flame that has the ability to shatter, dissolve, consume, and transmute all miscreations, all misqualified energy of any kind, releasing it, that it can be requalified with God's limitless purity and perfection. We say together, mighty I am presence, beloved Saint Germain, and those that minister to the violet flame, come forth now and blaze your cosmic violet fire and cause a mighty victory for all the world to see. I am the law of forgiveness in cosmic action now. I am the victory of the sacred fire in all its cosmic power. Mighty angels descend with your purple wands of fire and strike them into the center of every place where there has been a history of sinister force activity. Transmute and consume it all, cause, core, record, effect, and memory, and set it all free from that which was never meant to be, and replace it all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. now we feel ourselves just filled with that feeling of ascended master, victorious accomplishment, as we say together, I am the victory of the light. I am the victory of the light. I am the victory of the light. I am the cosmic flame of victory, which reigns supreme everywhere, right now and forever. We accept these calls answered as they are made, according to thy will, with full cosmic power, maintained and doubled each instant of each hour until fully manifest. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. And now we end off as we always do by making that call to the secret love star, that mighty focus of cosmic divine love from the great central sun, shining in the heavens for this 2,000-year period, that supreme light that cannot be requalified with human thoughts or feelings. And together now we see that light, that pink and golden light from the secret love star, enfolding each and every one of us, every man, woman, and child, all elemental life, clothed in the substance from the secret love star. The substance that pushes out all imperfection, all limitation, all imperfection or disintegration or disharmony of any kind, filling our etheric, physical, mental, and emotional world with feelings of love, harmony, peace, kindness, charity, grace, courtesy, and goodwill, feelings of unity, one brotherhood, Saint Germain's holy family. Beloved secret love star, make each and every one of us, all mankind, all elemental life, a living sun of pure divine love. And we send our gratitude and love to the mighty beings of light who maintain and sustain this great gift, the focus of cosmic divine love. Mighty iron presence of all mankind, come forth, charge every man, woman, and child, all life evolving on this sweet earth, in light and love from the secret love star, and keep it eternally sustained. We thank you. Thank you, thank you. And we give thanks for the service to the light. Thank you, everybody.
Marvelous. Thank you so much, beloved Anne. Just love it, becoming a sun of divine love from the secret love star. Such beautiful words. Thank you. And now we're going to have the closing invocation. And I just would say, David, from Findhorn, do you have a mic and a screen? Are you able to say the closing invocation? David?
Yes, Anthea.
Okay, lovely.
So, beloved I'm presence, and beloved Master Katuli, nourish the seeds planted in my consciousness, so that the ideas entrusted to me become manifest flowers of perfect expression in my world, and the world of all my fellows. Beloved presence of God I am, pour the light of your great glory on my consciousness and nourish the seeds planted by the masters. We thank you.
Marvelous. Bless you. That's lovely. Thank you, David. And then let's just take a moment. Let's just open our hearts and just send love and gratitude to our great and beloved I presence, as we know, the giver and doer of everything good in our worlds. And the great ascended hosts and the angels, the elementals, just all life on this beloved earth. Just deep, deep love and gratitude. And so thank you very much for coming, everybody. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop the share. And I'm going to put on the video. And so, yeah, it was lovely to have you. Thanks. That. Hi, Jeanette. I can see you there.
Hello there.
Oh, lovely.
Thank you so much.
Where are you? Lovely in the tree.
I'm over by Yosemite. I'm in a little small mountain town dog sitting right now. That's what I do. Dog sit for free if anyone needs a dog sitter or cat sitter.
Oh,
Here's my he joined in with us for the decrees. CR. He's Labrador. And then I'm going to go to Yosemite tomorrow, but they sure love Antoinette's decrees.
oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, and the reading for Terry was beautiful. Oh my goodness. I love that reading. Everything was wonderful. So thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, lovely. Oh, that's lovely. Hi, Donna.
Hi everybody.
Hi. Hi, Cecilia.
Nice to see you all.
Thank you, Cecilia.
Yes, you too. How are you feeling, Cecilia?
I'm feeling better.
Good.
But I still have to go a couple of things to the doctor, but it's going good. Thank you so much. I have to run to something, so bless everybody. Thank you, Lucy.
God bless you.
Lovely. Hi, Linda.
Hello, how are you?
Very good, and you?
Oh, good, good. Busy. It's been a wonderful summer, but here so things are good. Things are good.
Lovely.
Oh, how are your temperatures, Donna?
Oh, it was very hot.
Oh, we've been in the hundreds for
triple digit
days.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's high 90s the last 2 days, but you know, you just have to make your own temperature.
Well, and the beauty of California is that you might get that for a few days and then all of a sudden you get this beautiful cooling and it's lovely.
Yeah, I just open all my windows at night and I've closed them now because gets warmer during the day.
Yeah, we do the same thing.
Yeah, but last night it stayed.
Yeah, it's been pretty hot. It's been pretty hot. And of course, I feel much better because my family in Las Vegas will call and say it's, you know, it might be 102 here and it'll be 112 there. And I'm like, wow.
Anybody lives in that.
I have a niece in Vegas too, and that's just terrible.
Too hot. Too hot.
We've had really a beautiful summer here. It's, you know, not a whole lot of rain, but enough. And it's been, I don't think it's ever been 100 yet. You know, it's maybe hit 90 or so. So it's been like 86, 88. It's just
that's nice.
Been pleasant. It has. I'm really enjoying it. So
nice. That's nice. Wow.
Except this year we took our pool down. We had, we just,